So Pixar recently teased us with this image where the toy looks worried that the technology is replacing them. So I thought of creating a movie poster based on this concept. Imagine Woody and the gang trying to figure out this strange new gadget on Andy's room. This could be the moment when everything starts going haywire in the movie. So let's dive into it. If you have seen Andy's room, you know it's got that awesome wooden wall pattern and cloud wallpaper in it. So first up, I'm going to create the classic wooden wall pattern. So first create a new layer, take the rectangular marquee tool and draw a shape like this here, and then fill this with this off-white color. After this, create another new layer. With the below shape as reference, draw some wooden planks. Fill this with another lighter color. Then move this around with a small gap in between them. Just repeat the process until you get a bunch of wooden planks. So after this, just group all this wooden planks layer, create a new layer on top of it, and then clip this to this planks. So we are going to paint some light lines on this to create a 3D depth effect. So take a hot round brush with around 80% opacity, take white color and paint some lines like this. If you zoom out a little, you can see the 3D depth effect here. So after this, let's create another new layer and draw a shape like this to create the top portion of it. Pick this light color, fill that area with this color, and then I'm going to draw some lines on it. So let's lock this transparent pixel. In that case, I can only draw on this pixels alone. So take the hot round brush, choose this shadow color and create a shadow layer here. And then choose this lighter color and create a line like this here. To create a mid layer, just choose this darker color again and reduce its opacity to around 70% and lower the brush size, and then draw a little line here. That's it. Now we have created this wooden wall pattern here. After this, I'm going to add a cloud pattern here. So I grabbed this image from the original movie Toy Story. Let's place it here. Now our wall is ready. The bed is going to cover this bottom area. I don't need to create anything here. So now it's time to bring in Andy's bed. Let's place it here, resize it a little. Okay, I already done the heavy lifting of removing the background of this image. You can use the pen tool to remove the background. Let's convert this into a smart object. Alright, let's make the room feel more like nighttime by darkening everything. Let's add a curves adjustment layer on top of the wall, reduce its brightness a little, and then add another curves adjustment layer on top of the bed. Clip this to this bed layer and reduce its brightness too. If you want to know how much the color should be, then create a new black and white adjustment layer on top of everything. Now you can see only the black and white color values. You can now use this curves adjustment layer to match the color values. But if I darken this too much, then I also need to darken the background. Okay, let's remove this black and white adjustment layer. To make it look more like nighttime, I'm going to add a color lookup layer. Go to adjustment layer, choose color lookup. Let this affect all this below layer. In the LUT area, choose night from day. Okay, now this gives a warm night feel. And don't forget to lighten up the key spots like where the light might come through the windows. So I'm going to brighten some area around here. Let's choose this curves adjustment layer mask. Take a brush tool, soft round brush. With black as foreground color and with around 70% opacity, I'm going to paint some lights around here. Okay, this is fine right now. So after this, I'm going to add an overall curves adjustment layer to make the look even more darker. So let's add another curves adjustment layer on top of everything. Slow the brightness a little. Now I'm going to paint some areas where I want. So let's invert this mask by pressing Ctrl I and use this brush tool to paint wherever the darkness you want. Like this. If you still feel the night color is not enough for you, you can add another color balance adjustment layer on top of everything. Let's add some blue, let's add some cyan to it, let's add some magenta to it. Now it looks more like a cool night tone. And also you can see the bed here. The colors look more vibrant here. So let's reduce its vibrance. Because in moonlight the overall color will be dull. So let's add a vibrance adjustment layer on top of this bed and reduce its vibrance a little. This will remove the overall vibrance from the bed layer and it will give a cozy look. This is fine. Now comes the fun part, our hero.
Hey Woody!
So Woody is dangling from a rope, Mission Impossible style, trying to get a peek at this shiny new iPad. So let's add him here. You can use this color balance adjustment layer. Place this above Woody. Let's add an iPad in there and make it glow like it's illuminating the whole room. Let's add this iPad here. To create that light effect, let's create a new layer and use this polygon lasso tool to make a selection around this iPad. Let's take a soft round brush and with white as foreground color, just paint some lights like this. Then deselect this area, convert it into a smart object, create a mask for it, and then use the same brush tool to erase some of these areas. The light look more sharper now, so let's add a Gaussian blur to it. Go to filter, blur, and then choose Gaussian blur. Let's increase the blur value. So now I'm going to change this blend mode to linear dodge and then reduce its fill a little. Now duplicate this layer and then change its blend mode to color dodge to give a more brighter look, and then adjust its fill like as you want. Now let's group all these layers. To make Woody pop, we need to tweak the lighting a bit more. We want him to have the dramatic lighting from one side while keeping the other side in the shadows. So I'm going to create a curves adjustment layer on top of Woody. Clip this to Woody layer and then reduce its brightness a little. Let's invert this mask, and then now you can paint where the shadows you want. To throw in a bit more drama, I have added a drone here. I have added a motion blur to it. I'm going to create a few adjustment layers to match this with this overall room. So first I'm going to create the curves adjustment layer, and again some color balance to add some blue to it and add some cyan to it. That's it. Let's add some lighting around here. To make Woody more focused, I'm going to blur this area of the bed. For that you need to convert your bed layer into a smart object. After this, go to filter, blur, and then choose Gaussian blur. Let's add some blur like this. Okay, this is fine. By using this smart filter mask, you can actually hide the blur where you don't want it. So I'm going to hide some blur around here. To make the iPad looks like it's actually on the bed, I've added a drop shadow here. After this, I'm going to do few adjustments using camera filter and few adjustment layers. And there we have it. I feel like this poster doesn't align with the Disney's usual style, but I really enjoyed making it, and I also hope you do the same watching it come together. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more posters like this, then drop a comment below and check out some of my other design videos here. I'll be back soon with another awesome tutorial. Until then, signing off, your Aribu. Bye.